Some people think power comes from loud voices, fake authority, and empty threats, until they pick the wrong person to push. She stormed toward me while I was shining my Harley, swagger in her stride, fury in her eyes. Her son trailed behind, arms folded like he ruled the street. She jabbed a finger at my bike and barked, "That belongs to us now. My son wants it, hand over the keys." For a heartbeat, I thought she was kidding. But that glare said otherwise. The kid smirked, tugging on his red hoodie. "Yeah, it'll look better in our garage anyway." I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was insane. This Harley, bought it with my own money. Parked on my driveway, it's not going anywhere. Karen's eyes narrowed. She whipped out her phone and hissed, "Then the cops will handle it. You're about to lose more than that bike." Her son leaned closer, whispering, "You'll regret this. My mom always wins." What they didn't know, the guy standing in front of them wasn't just a biker. I had connections in places they'd never dream of. And one of them happened to be the state attorney. Siren wails cut through the air. She had really called the cops. I leaned against my bike, calm, almost amused. This was about to flip faster than they could blink. A patrol car rolled up, lights flashing. Karen dove straight into her act, waving her arms like a soap opera star. "Officer, arrest him, he stole my son's motorcycle." The young cop scanned me, the Harley, and her smug kid. "Ma'am, do you have proof it's yours?" Without missing a beat, she shoved a fake-looking paper at him. "Right here. Law rules say noisy bikes belong to community property. My son's the rightful owner." The officer frowned but didn't dismiss her. He started circling my Harley, jotting notes. The kid whispered, loud enough for me to hear, "Told you we'd win." I didn't flinch. I just pulled out my phone and made one casual call. "Hey," I said, eyes locked on Karen, "they're here now. Can you send someone down?" Karen's smug grin twitched. "Who are you calling?" "Just the state attorney's office." The cop's pen froze midair. The tension shifted instantly. Karen barked, "He's bluffing. Don't believe him, he's just a loud biker." But even the cop looked uneasy now. "You can't just call the state attorney," Karen snapped. "This is my neighborhood. I make the rules." I smiled. Funny thing about rules, they only matter when they're real. Her son's confidence faltered. "Mom, you sure about this?" He whispered. Too late. A sleek black car pulled up, government plates gleaming. Out stepped a man in a suit. Karen's face lost all color. "Afternoon," he said, flashing his badge. "State attorney's office. We got a report of harassment and false claims." Karen sputtered, "Harassment? No, he stole the bike. I was protecting the community." He ignored her, turning to me. "This the one?" I nodded once. He faced Karen, voice sharp. "You've just committed fraud, attempted theft, and filed a false report. Do you realize how serious that is?" Her son's grin died instantly. "Mom, what's happening?" Karen jabbed a finger at me. "He's dangerous. He doesn't belong here." But her voice cracked. Neighbors peeked from windows. The perfect queen of the block was unraveling. "You don't understand," she cried. "He's ruining everything. I have every right to remove him." The attorney raised a brow. "Interesting. Because according to county records, he lifted a file, this property belongs entirely to him. And it doesn't even legally exist." The cop blinked. "Wait, there's no law." Karen froze. That's a mistake. We voted. A committee isn't an HOA," the attorney cut in. "Issuing fake notices and demanding fines. That's fraud." Gasps echoed down the street. Her son stepped back. "Mom, this doesn't sound good." Karen's last defense snapped. "My son deserves that bike." I shook my head. "You don't deserve authority you made up." "Ma'am," the attorney warned, "calm down or we'll add obstruction." Karen trembled, then lunged at the Harley, grabbing the handlebars. "If you won't enforce the law, I will." Then, click, the attorney raised a small remote. A hidden camera blinked to life on my bike. "Everything's recorded," he said flatly. "Every threat, every fake paper." Karen's face drained. "You can't record me on private property," he said coolly. "We absolutely can." Her son backed away. "Mom, we're done." The cop stepped forward, cuffs ready. "Ma'am, you're under arrest for attempted theft, fraud, and obstruction." "Hands behind your back," Karen shrieked. "You can't arrest me. I am the law here." But no one was listening. Neighbors stepped out, phones up, recording. "About time," someone muttered. "She fined me for my mailbox color. You all owe me." Karen screamed as she was led away. I protected this neighborhood. I stood beside my Harley, calm and steady. No, I said quietly, you just controlled it. The attorney nodded to the officer. Book her, and make sure this footage reaches the DA. As the cuffs clicked, Karen's reign finally ended. Her son stared at the ground, silent. The crowd began to cheer. The attorney raised his voice. For the record, there has never been a legal law here. Anyone fined by this woman can file for reimbursement. The cheers grew louder. She wanted my Harley, I said, but what she really lost was her crown. Karen shouted from the cruiser, you'll regret this. But the slam of the car door silenced her. For the first time in years, the street felt free. Neighbors clapped me on the shoulder. You ended her rule, one said. I smiled faintly. No, the truth did. As I revved my Harley, its roar filled the air, not as defiance, but as freedom. And everyone just smiled.